What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we are going to be discussing the uncertain future of Smash Ultimate. But before we hop into everything, did you know that at least 86% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel? Since 86% of you guys keep on watching the content, why not subscribe so you don't have to go look for it anymore and it can just appear in your sub box or your notifications if you hit the notification bell. And on top of that, it'd be highly appreciated, and I'll thank you guys if you hit that sub button. Also, thank you guys for the support on the last video, which is what if every fighter got a new moveset, and part 2 will be coming soon with the rest of the roster. So keep a lookout for that. But anyways, let's hop into the video. So my first talking point is going to be about the DLC characters. As everyone knows, the world is in a current state of lockdown and regulation, and people can't do their jobs the way they used to, and it kind of sucks, especially for pretty much everything. But in the gaming industry, it sucks because it slows progression of games for people who just want to enjoy a game, and it's not necessarily their fault at all. So this has slowed down production of things like DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and so far we've gotten Min Min near the end of June, and it was implied that Min Min was supposed to be a character that came out earlier than when it did, but because of what happened in the world, it seems like it internally got delayed, not necessarily publicly delayed. So it makes a lot of sense if we only get like one other character this year, and I wouldn't be surprised. And I think that type of uncertainty could kind of kill the hype for the game, and hype is something that's very important for Smash, and it kind of sucks that we don't know exactly what's going to happen with the DLC, or if it's even going to extend it to 2022 because of what happened in the world. And then the competitive scene is another thing. The competitive scene has been going through a drought due to multiple things. The first thing that happened was the world being in the state, so a lot of tournaments aren't able to really go on and they have to be online, and Smash Online is its own problem. And if you want to know more about that, you can check out my video on why Smash Ultimate's online is so terrible. Playing the game online competitively is not very all that viable compared to playing offline, and it's killing a lot of hype for this game, and a lot of people aren't as interested to watch tournaments that are online for the most part. In the beginning, it was pretty big with the Quarantine series by Moist Critical, who was running the tournaments along with Alpha Rad and whatnot, and that had a pretty big showing and the viewership was pretty big. But over time it's dwindled, and online tournaments have become exhausting for a lot of people, and players even just playing the game competitively online has been pretty exhausting, and that's not really contributing to the game either. And I hope Nintendo does something with the online. I feel like we've got to get something. The complaining about the online has been enormous during this whole thing, and it'd be crazy if they didn't hear us. I at least want Nintendo to hear us, but we got to see till the next character comes out if they do something regarding the online, whether it's the matchmaking, the input lag, the lag in terms of the online lag, who knows. But I just want something to change. So I feel like the longer we have to stay in this state where no tournaments can be open, the game's scene will slowly dwindle. And that's not even to mention all of the other stuff that happened with a lot of the Smash pros and their allegations, which kind of kills the vibe for a lot of players and makes them not really want to touch Smash, because a lot of people who play Smash probably got into it because of some of these pros playing the game, and now that they're outed to not be the greatest of people, it kind of kills your own vibe, and it makes you want to not touch the game sometimes. But again, that's not everybody. A lot of people like me, I'm pretty hopeful, and I want to see the community build itself back up, and I want to be a part of that as well and help people build the community back up and just make content for you guys to enjoy, because that's what I'm here for. But even though all this stuff is going on, the game still continues to keep on selling. It's gonna be revealed next week for the next sales charts for the top Nintendo Switch games, and Ultimate's at like 18 million right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it jump up near 20 million or be closer to Mario Kart, which is the biggest game on the Switch. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see, because a lot more new people are going to continue to come in, especially as DLC gets revealed. But that's another thing. Back to the DLC, we don't know exactly what's going on with that because of what's going on and their struggles with remote working. And I think because of that, this DLC cycle is a little bit scuffed, and it's really unfortunate because I feel like this is it. This is the last chance to get more characters into the game. because from a lot of what Sakurai's been saying, Fighters Pass 3 isn't likely to happen, and it seems like he's actually going to take a break this time and not continue the fighter line, because the thing is, we all knew a Fighters Pass 2 was going to happen. That was super likely, because Sakurai even said he was going to at least do 2 to 3 characters, but instead he just made it 6, which is above and beyond what he was originally going to do, and him not having any plans at all. And he stated this multiple times, there's no plans for more characters after Fighters Pass 2, so it makes me think this one's got to go out with a bang, and the characters have to be hype. Min Min was a cool addition, but I don't think it got as many people hype as, say, a character like Sora would, or Dante, or something along those lines. The last 2 characters were, like I said, Min Min and then Byleth, 2 Nintendo characters back to back. From one's a niche game, and ARMS is a game that didn't really take off that well, but people do like Min Min and the character, but she just wasn't that popular of a character, and it didn't get as many people hype. And I feel like the hype part of Min Min was the moveset itself, which is really fun to play and use. But Byleth, on the other hand, the announcement was a disappointment to a lot of people, and the character themselves was a disappointment to a lot of people. But I personally like Byleth and Three Houses and that way the character plays, even though they suck. But I really did enjoy that, but I understand a lot of people did not. So it's like two L's, I guess you could say, in terms of the DLC characters for a lot of people. Actually, I would say almost 2 L's. I feel like Min Min could have been an L. Just the hype just wasn't really there till she came out, and then it dwindled right back down, and people want another announcement. And with Fighters Pass 3 being a very uncertain thing, and depending on how this one goes, it kind of is a little bit worrisome about the game's health and life because of this, just all these things impacting it and going against it. Whether it's the online, the competitive scene, the Fighters Pass DLC being even more spread out, and it's just a lot going against the game, and I don't want to see the game die, because I think Ultimate's a really great game, just held back in chains it doesn't deserve to be in. What the game needs right now, honestly, is its hype factor back. The hype factor is missing. Smash a lot of the time runs off of hype. Even if it's a tournament, tournaments are hype. New characters are hype. Seeing new matchups are hype. People like hype. And that's what Smash runs off of, truthfully and honestly. And it's also just a fun game to play, which is also hype in itself. So honestly, it needs that factor back, and it needs some improvements. And it's kind of a worrisome future, honestly, and I just want to see the game succeed and see the competitive scene succeed, because there's some really great stuff there and great potential that is untapped, honestly, and I just want to see it tapped into. And that's pretty much the video for today. It wasn't scripted or anything, I just said this raw thought, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and make sure to subscribe and look out for part 2 of the next What If Every Character Got a New Moveset video, and I'll see you in the next one.